Hey everybody, Rorree here with the Goddess Isis Coven. All right, so I'm in story time, and as you know by now, if you've been watching, I am Isis. I'm the reincarnation of Isis as a human in this lifetime. And I am telling a story about a very human and traumatic experience that I had, but I'm very grateful for that experience. I learned so much. Let me put my little clicker down. I learned so much in my business that I had with my former business partner, where the partnership went to hell. But I learned so much. I grew so much, and I am grateful for the experience that I had. So I knew when I left, I just knew something bad was going to happen. I knew it, but I didn't know what. So after I left, I started getting calls from friends who were still there. And they would ask me about deals. Hey, Rorree, so-and-so is soliciting money for this deal and that deal and the other deal. What do you think about it? Well, tell me about the deal. And then I'm like, don't do that. And so I'm telling them, that's not a good deal. And I would tell them what I felt would be wrong with that deal. Stay away from that. And then they would call me, tell me about other deals. And I was like, don't do business with that person, because this is what'll happen if you do business with that person. So I was just schooling them and telling them, don't get your investors involved with some of these things because it's not good, right? And those people that listened to me, they are so grateful to this day, because they ended up getting some people involved in deals, and one of the people receiving the money was shady. And nobody knew at the time what he was doing. I think I only knew intuitively. And he ended up soliciting money from people all over the place for deals. And I don't even know if the deals ever existed, or if they did exist, maybe he over encumbered the land, and so then the deal couldn't happen. I don't know. I can't really say exactly what happened. I was not there. I was not a part of the deals, and I only gave intuitive guidance to those who asked, who came to me and asked, do you think I should do this? And so I don't know how many deals it was, because I was gone. You know, I moved to a whole nother state. I was gone. I got married. I moved. I had a child. I was disconnected, right? And so, then the feds got involved, but I think they were already involved. They were already watching us. I know they were already watching us, because my phone would be tapped and I would know it. And then I remember one time there was a van outside my house watching me, and I knew it. Like when I passed the van, I was like, okay. And then I just knew it was like a strange looking van. And I knew they were watching my house. And then they would tap my phone all the time, and they would mess up the tap, you know? So I would pick up the phone and it would say line in use. And I'm like, I own this house. I live in this house by myself. How to line in use? You know what I mean? And I would go to the other phones, because you know how you would have those cordless phones and you'd have 3 units. And if one of them is off the hook, it may look like the line is in use, but I'm the only one in the house. Ain't no lines off the hook, you know, but it would say parallel line in use. And it was because they were tapping the phone. So I would pick up the phone and I couldn't dial out. And I'm like, good grief. And I remember one time I picked up the phone and it said parallel line in use, and I couldn't dial out. But I had a cell phone, so whatever, right? And then, but back then, cell phones aren't like how they are now, where it's like unlimited and all that stuff. You know, back then, cell phones, like during the daytime, it was a certain rate, and in the evening time, it was a different rate, right? And so you ain't really want to use your phone all day during the daytime back then, right? And so, so I remember it said parallel line in use for a whole day. So the second day, I pick up the phone, this thing still said parallel line in use. So I remember yelling on the phone. I was like, God damn it. I know you all are listening to my phone, but can't you just do it right and hang up the damn line so I can use my phone or something like that, right? So I'm yelling loud as heck in the phone so that whoever is listening could clear the line, right? And I hung up the phone, picked it up, and I was able to use the phone. I was like, so now I knew what to do whenever it said parallel line in use and I couldn't use my phone. All I had to do was say, hi, I know you're tapping me, but can you just hang up the line so I can make a call, please? Thank you. So anyway, all that said, I knew we were being watched. We knew we were being watched because I remember one time my former business partner went to court for something, and one of our attorneys that we had on retainer, he called us in for a meeting, and he said, hey, I just wanted you all to know that when I was in court today, no, my partner didn't go to court. Our attorney was in court for something. So he called us. He said, we had a meeting, we went to his office, and he said when he came out of court this particular day, some agents came up on him and started asking questions about our company. And he said, so they're watching your company. And, whatever. I didn't, whatever. We're not doing anything wrong. So who cares if you're watching our company? So I already knew they were watching the company, right? But I didn't know that down the line, whatever was going to transpire was not going to be legitimate and was going to cause a bunch of malarkey and land folk in a clink clang. Okay. So anyway, so I'm going to actually continue in the next one.